What's up, guys? Sorry this isn't my high definition camera. It's broken again. I know it's ridiculous. It's the second time I had to bring it into Best Buy. The first time I had a bunch of lines in the screen. Now it has a bunch of snow on the screen. It's really ticking me off. It's like Best Buy never fixes things. They act like they do. You buy the black tie and they don't do their job. I don't know. Same thing's been happening with my laptop. It's a bunch of issues even after getting it fixed the first time. So it's really annoying. You gotta watch out for Best Buy. Just heads up for everybody. But this is going to be another tutorial. Somebody asked to actually make a full video on the reverse cascade. I did talk about this trick in my basic tricks tutorial, but apparently they want a more in-depth tutorial. So this is what this is going to be about. To recap, you have the normal cascade, and then you have what's known as an overthrow. An overthrow looks like this. Like that. And really quickly, to do that again, a normal cascade would have one throw and then the second throw underneath it. But in this case, you're going to throw the first throw, and the second throw is going to be over the first throw instead of underneath the first throw. So you get something like that. Then to go back into the three balls, it's as simple as just starting into the cascade and then throwing in an overthrow every once in a while. Okay? Now to build up the reverse cascade, which looks something like this, you're just doing that overthrow every single time from both hands. So to really get this to work, you just want to practice on doing two connections. 1, 2. 1, 2. And start from both sides. 1, 2. The main thing that you want to keep in mind when doing this is you don't want to throw them up really high, because it's going to take some time to get yourself to throw them low. But you don't want to throw them too low where you don't have enough time and you don't have enough room where they start colliding into each other. So you want to try to find that middle spot where you're comfortable with the speed and timing, and you're comfortable with the amount of space you have between the balls. So somewhere around here, probably eye level, maybe to about your forehead level, is pretty good to practice this. Just doing, I guess you can call it one connection. Not really two connections, but it's just two throws, one and then the second one over it. And just keep practicing that until you're as consistent as I am, where you don't even have to look at your hands or the balls to be able to do it. Then when you can do that, try to connect three throws. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. And then you can start from the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or that was probably 2. But you get the idea. Just 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then you want to try to build up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the thing about this is, you want to make sure that you're very, very comfortable when you're doing this. You're not rushing. You're not having a very hard time getting the balls over each other. You want them to be as effortless as possible as you continue to build these up. If you have a very sloppy 3 throws, but you have very consistent 2 throws, and then you want to move on to 4, don't. Just keep working on that 3 throws, because you're going to have a very hard time later on if you're having a hard time with just just 3 throws. If I could talk, it'd be nice. So pretty much just keep building that up until you can do it 10 throws. Once you can do it 10 throws and stop, go back into the cascade, then just keep working on it continuously, because that's all it's going to take. And like I said before, your biggest concerns and your biggest problems you're going to run into with this pattern is you're going to have some collisions. It's going to happen because you're throwing 2 balls pretty much right into the same area, and it's going to happen. You probably, like that, it's going to happen. Like you probably did that when you're juggling 3 balls normally when you're first learning. It's going to happen again with this, because it's pretty much learning another 3-ball cascade pattern. It's just in reverse. So you're going to have collisions. You want to watch out for that. The best way to avoid it, again, like I said, is just to space out your throws and give yourself a little bit more timing when you do each throw. The other problem you're going to have is you're going to be going higher and higher and higher and higher, trying to throw these over each other. That's going to happen too. The best way, again, to prevent that from happening is to just think about each throw, time it out, and try to restrain yourself like you're in some kind of box. Think about a box right at your head level, and don't let any throws get any higher than that box. If you can try to keep them in that restraint, and just keep your eye and your mind on that restraint, it'll help you out a lot. And then again, just give yourself time, think about each throw. Don't go like, oh my gosh, I gotta get 3, oh my gosh, I gotta get 3, I gotta get 3. You know, don't do that. Just nice, slow. I mean, obviously you can't slow time down like the Matrix, but slow it down as much as you can in your head to give yourself enough time. And again, the more and more you practice that build-up thing, the better and better you'll be at being able to consistently throw them over each other without having to think about it too much. Once you don't have to think about the throws themselves, you can think more about slowing it down and correcting what you need to correct. The last problem you're going to have is just moving forward with your throws. I guarantee this happened when you're juggling 3 balls. You're probably going closer and closer and closer and farther and farther and farther away from yourself because you're trying to adjust the throws and where you throw them and so on. It's going to happen with this. You're going to be going forward and such. Again, my only real trick preventing this from happening without just practicing is if you're throwing it too far away from yourself and you're consistently doing it, what may help is instead of throwing the ball with your wrist out like this, kind of tuck your wrist in a little bit. Not so much where it's going towards you, but just enough where it's kind of going more straight. Just work on, instead of just thinking about throwing straight, think about where your wrist is positioned, and that may help you out a little bit. But again, pretty much the best way to overcome this problem is just to practice, practice, practice. And eventually, you'll be able to do the 3-ball reverse as small as you want, as quick as you want, without even looking at the balls, which is always great. And if you want to throw them really high, you can do that too. Like, you have a full range of what you want to do with this. I mean, you can do it all day long and just not even worry about it. It's a really cool trick. I mean, it looks pretty sweet. Some people call it the bridge because it kind of looks like a bridge. But if you were to reverse the cascade, that's what it would look like. So have fun with this. I mean, don't get discouraged. It's not a very easy trick to learn, but it's definitely not a hard trick to learn either. I mean, there's way harder tricks to learn out there. But it's definitely not the easiest of tricks. Whereas the half shower is the easiest, and then probably tennis. And then this one, the way I taught it in my other video, that's probably the level of difficulty. And I do recommend you learn the other 2 before you learn this one. But other than that, thanks for watching. I'm going to make a couple more tutorials right now for other tricks. So, until next time.